Just with my family, my wife, my baby.
Hey, that's great. Excellent. All right. You know what? Today we are going to talk about manners.
Okay.
So let's go to the next image. Here we are. There are some contexts where we can manage manners. For example, at the table. What do you think about good manners at the table? You, what is a good manner?
Okay, but you when you eating your food, you have to you have to have your mouth closed and don't make any sounds or
Mhm.
chewing like that. I don't know. And use the fork, the spoon. It depends if maybe the knife. If you are eating a steak, you can use the fork and the knife. If you are eating I don't know, like a soup, you have to
Uh,
use the spoon. Use the napkins too in order to be cleaner.
aha, yes, that's it. So not to be using your hands for eating.
Yeah, especially if you are in a restaurant. But
Oh, yes.
yeah, it depends of the food too, because maybe you can have tacos in a restaurant and even in a fancy restaurant, and you have to use your hands with a
Oh,
tacos.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it depends on the food you are eating.
yeah.
You said that. All right, thank you very much. What do you think about to be speaking with your mouth full of food?
No, it's a bad manner.
Yeah, it's a disgusting.
It's disgusting. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's it. All right. You know what? In the Middle Age, long time ago, your baby,
yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah. She's playing.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Whenever they are playing, it's because they are healthy and they are happy. That's the
But
most
yeah,
important.
but the poor cat is suffering.
The cat.
Yeah, the cat.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. I have also
Yeah,
a granddaughter, and I have two kittens, and
yeah,
it's kind of like the same.
yeah. It's a kitten, but the kitten like the baby too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was talking to you about that in the Middle Age,
Yep.
people used to, well, some of the recommendations for good manners were not to put your feet on the table. Imagine what kind of manners they had. That one of the recommendations that not to put your feet on the table, not to put
Yeah.
your hands on the other person's dish,
Yeah.
not to fight for food.
Not to fight for the food.
Yeah, not to fight for food. Don't kill anybody when you are eating. So, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yeah. It's
I think,
crazy.
yeah, too much. Incredible. But well, yes, those were some manners in the Middle Age in Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about some good manners uh, on the social nets? Here we go.
Social nets like I know. mm, Okay, like Facebook, WhatsApp, something.
Ah, yes, that's it. So, do you consider that it is necessary to observe some good manners when speaking or when chatting?
Yeah, I think so because something we have to well, it's I know you don't be present at the time, but I think it's a good matter to say hello, have a good day or goodbye or something to to open and close the conversation, because
Uh-huh.
some people just tell you, oh, I need that file for at 5 o'clock, and you say, oh, but please first say hello or thank you or something. But
Uh-huh.
they is inappropriate or something that also on other ways people using the wrong words or misspelling or don't care about the spelling or the orthography or something. So
Spelling.
yeah, the spelling, yeah. Or for
Yeah.
example, in Spanish, the people use the K, or they don't use the H, or some, yeah, they misspelling a lot.
Aha, yes, that's it. Or even, for example, when you post anything and nobody answers, nobody reacts, you are supposed to be posting that because you wanted to have
Yeah,
any
to share, yeah,
conversation to share, and nobody reacts.
yeah.
And so it is polite to say, at least I like or I don't like, no? But
Yeah,
yes, to say something, to say, uh, or whenever you send any inbox message to anybody.
yeah. For inbox, when email or social media.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I do.
Social
So
media.
yeah, social. Yeah. I talk with my mouth. Yeah, I did. So
Uh-huh.
for example, as I said, it's polite to say hello, to say goodbye, and taking care about the people you are communicating, and it depends of the people. Maybe you are talking with a coworker or a close friend, and it is the language you have to use. For example, if you send an email to your boss, you don't say, hey, wait, check it out
No,
or something. You say,
of course.
oh, check the result of the trimester or something like that, but in
Uh-huh.
a polite way.
Dear Mr., Mrs., etc.
Yeah,
No, to use a social title even.
yeah.
Aha, yeah, you're right. I totally agree with you. All right. And what about to be decent? The personal quality of decency is one of honesty, good manners, and respect for other people.
I think it's important because you never know how the people inner feelings. So sometimes they'll be sad or upset or for something, and you have to be polite to in order to open the conversation or to make open the people to share their feelings.
Aha, yeah. And make people feel that you are concerned
Yeah,
about their issues or their problems.
yeah, in order to empathize.
Aha, yes, that's it. That's something so polite.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Now, what about this one? When they say, uh, I know you heard me the first time I said good morning. When you say good morning and nobody answers,
Yeah, it's impolite. Yeah, sometimes you feel like oh, nobody matters about.
yeah,
Uh,
that's it.
yeah,
Or they are ignoring me.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that ignoring people is not only rude, but also it's violent.
yeah.
All right, thank you very much. So please, tell me, give me a moment. Tell me, Ivan, what are some examples of bad manners on the bus?
For example, if you are sitting and there is an old man or old woman, and you don't give them the seat, it's a bad manner. or maybe a woman with a baby or a pregnant woman.
Yeah, that's it. I totally agree with you. And what about people who are shouting in the
Oh
bus?
yeah, or listening to music in high volume.
Aha, that's it. Yeah, you're right. I have another suggestion. When people spit, what do you think about it? When people spit on the bus,
Speed. What does it mean? What?
it means escupir.
Oh, okay. No, no, it's a really bad manner. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
disgusting.
disgusting.
Yeah, even in the, for example, you see some masons or something, and you're passing alongside them, and they do that. It's disgusting.
Yes, that's it. I think it is a question of culture.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. And so please let's go to the next question. What are some examples of good manners on the subway?
One example is, for example, you have to wait until people who is in leave the subway, and then you get in order to stay, to be polite, to be more quickly the to get in the subway. And another is don't stand up in front of the doors, because sometimes there is a lot of people who wants to get out, and you are in their way, so
Uh-huh.
it's disgusting too.
Yeah, we can turn into obstacles for people
Yeah,
to get off the subway.
yeah,
That could be a problem.
yeah.
Excellent. All right, thank you. So, what about this one? What are some examples of bad manners that you personally hate?
For example, when you are in a meeting or with your friends, spending some time, and the people shout a lot, so I don't like it. Or as we say in the bus, you are in the bus, you are maybe sometimes I read in the bus, so the people are in their cell phones, and they play music aloud, so it's disgusting too. Or in a meeting or a restaurant with your family, one member of your family or friend spend all of day in the cell phone all the time. So you say, oh, you are staying with me or with the other people in the other side of the phone. So it doesn't be it's not polite.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I absolutely agree. Yes, it is unpolite. It's ignoring people. Let's go
Yeah,
to the same. Ignoring people. That's violence.
yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Do you think that people are more polite or less polite than in the past?
I think it's less polite right now.
People have turned into aggressive.
Yeah.
And what do you think about it? Why? Why does this happen?
Maybe the I don't know, the rhythm of life. Uh, they don't care about the other people. They only care about themselves.
Aha, yes, that's it. That's why they are unpolite.
Yeah,
They don't want to help people. They don't want to respect. I think that's the word, to respect.
yeah.
All right, thank you very much. So let's go, please, to the next question. Do you know someone who is often rude?
Often,
Yeah, often
yeah,
means,
yeah. It's like usually.
aha,
So, for example, I had a boss who who it was often very very rude. So he said, "Oh, do that, but in a bad manner, or not in a polite way." For example, you can say the same, but if you say, "Oh, please," or can you do this for me," or something, you feel different. So I had a boss like in that way. So he was very very rude.
Okay, yes, that's it. They are good examples of good or bad manners. You know
Yeah.
what? I would like to talk to you about this. Manners are not the same in all of the world. So there are certain places where any special manner is taken into consideration as a rudeness. And there are some other countries who have very relaxed manners. No, for example, what I mean is that let's go to this. In Spain, is don't rush off straight after your meal. Take your time in Spain and enjoy the sobremesa. What do you think about it? Is it important for you?
Yeah, I think it's important because it's important to get along with your coworkers, for example, with your family. So one way to get along is talking about or talking something about after we have our meal. So it's like in order to empathize or in order to be more considerate with the other people.
That's it. All right. And so look at this. Here we have another idea. They say, take your time. And you know what? I think that it is not only necessary to do the sobremesa, to take your time to communicate, not only with people, but also with your family.
Yeah, yeah, it's important. For example, if you are always in a rush, you don't share maybe you don't share maybe a good moment with your family.
Ah, yes, that's it, because you are all of the time rushing everywhere. And so we forget that they are so important.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
thank
and they
you.
don't feel important to you too.
Yeah, you're right. They realize that they are maybe second or thirdly called to
Yeah.
for you to pay attention. Thank you very much. Let's go to another image. Here we have in France, don't keep your hands on your lap or keep both hands above the table. What do you think about it?
Um, mm, I don't know. I didn't figure it out about it because for me it's like indifferent. So, but maybe it's like when in here in Mexico when you are with the crossing your arms. So it's like you send a message so and say I don't care. Maybe it's the same. If
Aha,
you
that's
have
it.
your hands in your lap, maybe you send the sign that you don't care about it.
Aha, and you know what? It has happened also that in certain countries, situation is very difficult. So they
Yeah,
don't know what you are
yeah,
doing with your hands on your lap.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of when you have your hands inside your pocket.
Yeah, that's it. All right. And what do you think about some other uses? Do you know more uses in any other part of the world?
Not as well, but for example, I read that in Argentina, if you sneeze in front of other people, it's a very very bad mode. So they don't like it. It's respectful. So you say, the sneeze is natural. So you sometimes you have to sneeze, especially if you are sick.
Yeah,
But
you're
I don't know.
no, it's okay. You're right, but how to avoid it?
Yeah, yeah, it's difficult. And I read too in Japan, it's polite to burp in the table in order to demonstrate you like the food. But
Uh-huh.
for us, it's disgusting.
Too much.
Yeah.
Eh, I have already been said about that, but with people from Arabia.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, they used to burst so loud.
Yeah,
And the loudest you do it, the more thankful you are. The louder you do it, the more thankful you are about the food. So,
yeah,
Jesus, you are supposed to do it in a very noisy way.
yeah,
Yuck.
yeah. And I have an experience with a friend who is from United States and another friend who is from Canada. So, for example, in Mexico, it's polite and it's nice if you help a woman, no matter if it's a young woman or woman or something, to help her to carry her things or help her to get off of the bus or something. But in the United States, for example, is oh, give me my personal space. You are harass me, so let me alone or something like that. And and my friend from Canada said, "Oh, it's strange, but it's nice. I feel good. It's here in Canada they don't do that, so it's nice. I hope the men will do that in that way because it's polite. I feel you care about my circumstances. For example, if the woman is pregnant or is a old woman and they need help. So it's for us. It's like it's polite. Us it's natural. So maybe sometimes we do that just because we it's a no, I don't know. You simply do that.
Okay, pretty good. You know what? I was thinking about some other uses, some other customs, and I reminded something that I saw in the University of Southern Indiana. Here, it is not very good manner that you take out your shoes.
Uh huh.
Oh, in public, of course, if we are talking about your house with your family, there's no problem. But well, there when I was there, I remember that there were many students who were barefooted. They took their shoes off and they liked so much to no shoes. So I think that it is not very formal. It is
Yeah.
something that we are not.
Yeah. When I in my first job, when I was very young, uh, I feel tired someday and take off my shoes. But I work with a lot of seniors, so they don't like my my behavior. So one woman told me, "Oh, please put on your shoes." It's I said, "Okay, sorry."
Yeah. So you know what? I remember also that I was called to my teacher's office when I was there, and she had her shoes, her socks on
Yeah,
the desk. It was so strange because maybe she changed her socks and
yeah,
she didn't put them into her backpack or kind of like that. Yes, the shoes were on the table. Yes, me it was kind of like strange and a little uncomfortable. But for her, it seems to be very normal, very natural. She didn't
Yeah,
take any sign of embarrassment. And so, well, there are certain differences around the world. Even when
yeah,
I was in the university, I saw some students who were laying down on the floor. They were sleeping.
yeah. That's right.
And so, well, for here in Mexico, it's a little more formal. So you can't take out your shoes and you can't sleep on the floor.
Yeah, yeah. I read about it in the Chicago. I think so. The when it's summertime, or yeah, summertime.
Summertime.
They go to the public gardens and take off their shirts and wear shorts and walking around in the race, and then go back to the office and put the shirt on and the pants. Sounds strange, but I read it's because the sunny days in Chicago is very rare, so they enjoy the sun.
Ah, that's it.
Yeah, but
Well,
for us it's like it's a crazy.
yeah, because we have a very nice weather here.
Yeah,
So for us, it is really common to see a sunny day.
yeah.
Wow, yes. You know what? I remembered also that there is another good manner in it is in Russia. Well, it's a bad manner. I mean, it's a bad manner in Russia to put your sweater, your coat, anything you are wearing on the back side of the chair. So you should put it in another way, but not in the chair, on the chair. So for me, it's crazy.
Yeah, because we usually put our jacket or our sweater in the back of our shirt is normal.
Yeah, that's it. And yes, in Russia, it is extremely bad manner to do it. So yes, there are some differences. Any other difference that you know?
Um, yeah, but for example, in the United States is especially in the southern states like California or Arizona or something, go to the job in short. So it's like for us, it's really I don't know. It's strange. It's no, it's not formal. So, but
Aha.
they is for them is very normal because
Yeah, that's it.
it's hot or I don't know.
Aha, that's what I told you, that it depends on the place where you are, if it
Yeah,
is polite or not. For us, it may be really disgusting, but
yeah,
for them, it is not so serious.
yeah.
All right, so could you do me a favor? Could you write some of those examples on the chat?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm looking for the chat.
Ah, that's it.
Yeah, I found it. I found it.
Have you?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Excellent. In the United States, it's normal to wear a short and a t-shirt in your job. Excellent. Yes, they are not as formal as we are. But you know what? I have seen some offices here in Mexico also where people is not wearing the coat, the tie, the shirt. They are wearing also tennis shoes or trainers or sneakers. They wear also a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. So I think that those manners where nowadays are a little relaxed.
Yeah, most of the people, even the doctors, in the United States, wearing tennis shoes. So it's, for us, if we in Mexico we see a doctor in tennis shoes, is what kind of doctor is that?
Uh-huh.
And maybe you don't go back with that doctor because it's crazy, you know, it's because it's a informal. It's, yes, I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Something like that happened in my family. My father needed to go to see the doctor because he was very sick, and we
Yeah.
took him to a clinic. But guess what? The doctor was to check him up was wearing a pair of jeans. He was wearing also a pair of tennis shoes, and he had some tattoos. So my father didn't want the doctor to check him up. He said that he didn't trust in a person who was not seriously dressed up. So I said, "Come on, Daddy, that is not possible. They are prejudices." But yes, he didn't want to be checked by that doctor. Okay, so you wrote for Argentina's, it's unpolite to sneeze in public. Okay, you know what? We could say for Argentina because it is just one person. It's a country. Ah, you wanted to say for for Argentinians.
Yeah, Argentinians.
Oh yes, that's it.
Yeah, maybe I misspelling. Yeah.
It's okay. All right, thank you very much. You know what? They were really brilliant apports. So, any other that you would like to write so that I can give you more feedback?
Okay.
Hello. Are you looking for more examples?
No, I'm writing it, but my
I
baby
am.
was in front of me.
No, it's okay.
Ahí voy yo, ven, ¿está bien? Sí, yo te ayudo.
Excellent. All right. So for the people in the United States, it is very usual to have tattoos, even for professional people like engineers and even the boss. So if you go to a job interview and the HR person has a big tattoo in their face, don't be scared. They don't want your wallet. They just want to interview you. Yeah, you're right. But you know what? Yes, I think that sometimes there are some prejudices because we stereotype people. But anyway, those stereotypes also are part of our manners, good manners or bad manners.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? This is very interesting. So I have a question for you.
Okay. Yeah.
When you were a little boy, what were the bad manners that your mommy remarked you not to do?
When I were in what?
When you were a little boy. For
Okay.
example,
Oh yeah. For example, when I was 19 years old, something, I used to have the long hair. So my grandma said me, "Oh, you like a cholo, you are a thief, so don't be like that." And I told my grandma, "No, never mind. It's normal. If, for example, if when I cut my hair and when I will have a short hair again, nobody will nobody knows what that I had a long hair. But if I have a tattoo, or if I have a earring or piercing or something, they can realize that I have another way of life. But if I only have the long hair, so it's normal because it can change and there is no consequences about it. Maybe for some photos, but there's no consequences in my body.
yeah, that's it. So you have the freedom of wearing it or not to wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I guess that manners are not just a question of any action, but also they are questions of the interpretation that some people all around the world can give it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Do you know what? A last question.
Okay.
What are the manners that you plan to teach your child, your baby?
Uh, yeah, as I say, no, to say hello when she leaving, to say goodbye. Uh, Open the door when you see when she see a guy or people, especially if it's a elder man or woman, to open the door to help them to get out of the bus or to cross the street or maybe to go down to the stairs or something. And it's important because it's a way of life. For example, to ask for the things, to say please, to say thanks. So I had a coworker who is she was a little rude. She was a little, I don't know, creepy. I don't know. It's strange. But when she asks you for a favor, she always made it with a smile, with a big smile. So sometimes you say, how can I say no with that smile? So it's a maybe a way of life to have a good manner. So
Yeah.
even if sometimes she was a little rude because she asked you for a favor, don't say you please. But sometimes she went with you and with a big smile, and you can say no. But
Mm-hmm.
if you combine the power of the smile and the word please, it's my mom told me once that the word please and thanks will open you a lot of doors. So I think it's a good way to teach my baby.
Yes, that's it. There are certain social manners that we should teach our children. And you're
Yeah.
right, I totally agree with you. Okay, and so now a final question, a last one. What were the manners that you were taught to observe when you were a teenager?
Manners that what?
That were taught to you when you were a teenager?
Okay. For example, when I was in the middle school, uh, the teachers told us to don't chat aloud in the classroom, to respect the school installations. So
Uh,
don't yeah don't trash anywhere.
don't litter.
Don't litter. Don't make graffitis in the school. So if you were to the library, don't tear the sheets in the books, don't write in the books, don't highlight, excuse me, the books. So in
Highlight.
order, yeah, highlight it. So in order to the other people or the other students can read the book in a good way.
Yes, that's it. That's very important. And of course, to be polite enough to say thank you or may I help?
Yeah. Or may I go to the bathroom?
Yes, that's it. All
Or may
right.
I come in?
May I come in? Of course.
Yeah.
Some people used to go in and they don't ask for permission. They
Yeah, they don't
just
say any
enter.
word.
Yeah, so it is not very good manners.
Yeah.
Okay. Ivan, you know what? I don't know if you want to say any comment or to any question.
No, no. I only have to say you something. I in the school this semester I made a mistake, and I I have a more class than I can afford. So sometimes I very busy. So sometimes I don't do my assessments in the English class. But I promise that maybe next week I put in current all my stuff.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. You know
Yeah.
what? We understand that you all work, that you all have a family. And so this methodology is so flexible. You just have to be aware